Hi guys, welcome back. Right, we're going to carry on with her skin. We've done all the dark bits that I normally do on them. Now we're going to do the lighter bits, and for that I'm going to use light flesh, medium flesh and dark flesh. And if she needs some blush, they don't always, but if she does, I'm going to use Rose Carmine. And these are the polychromos that I'm using. Right, I always find that the medium flesh always seems to be darker than the dark flesh. Don't know if you find that, but there we go. Anyway, medium flesh is the next one I'm going to use. And I'm going to do the same as we did before, and that's going over all the ones that we've already put down and out a little bit more than we did before. So a bit more again, just go a little bit out. If the, like I said before, if the picture is a bigger picture and you've got like a full page like this size skin to do, like maybe some of the others in this book, let me see if I can find one what I mean so I can show you. Like this one, like this next one I've got to do now. There's a very large area of skin to do on there, so obviously I would do the dark where the shading is and just keep coming out a bit more and a bit more, but obviously you would, on a larger face like that, you would come out more than I've done on this picture because this one's a lot smaller. So that's what we're doing, and this one was the medium flesh, and I'm going over everything that we've done so far and moving it out a little bit further. So if you've got a small picture, you just move it out a little bit each time. If you've got a larger picture, obviously you'll move out a bit further. Just sort of try and judge how far you need to go. Really, there is no sort of set, everybody does it different, but this is just how I do things. Now I'm going to go over what I did before, but I'm going to come out a little bit further now because we've only got 2 colours left. So I am going to come out a bit more than I did before. But this is medium flesh, but I always find that this is darker than dark flesh. I don't know why. I don't know if any of you others, think that or whatever, but that's just how it is for me. That's what I find anyway. But I mean, we're all different. We all colour differently. We all use different colours. But it's just nice to see how other people colour and what colours, they use. But say all these ones that we've used, I tried to use them all just to show you that, these are my go-to colours. These are the colours that I use. I don't always use them all, but sometimes I do. It just depends. But I thought I would use them all just to show you how they all work together. And I find that although some of these are sort of orangey, I don't know, sort of orangey, terracotta-y, there's not really a lot of pinky colours and that in here. I don't find that I need, well for me, I don't feel that I need to put a lot of pinky colours in. Mainly I think because I do put blush in. Occasionally I have gone over with the Rose Carmine. I have gone over all of it, but really, really lightly. Very, very lightly. If I want more of a pinky skin than a peachy skin, I have very lightly gone over the whole lot. But usually I just use it for the blush. Like now, because I'm using sort of a lighter colour, I'm going over the whole lot still, but there's not much that I'm leaving because we've only got like 2 colours left that we need to use. So I know I'm a very slow colourist, I'm really sorry about that. I hope that you can still follow me okay with what I'm doing. So with this, you sort of go over everything and sort of, because it's one of the lighter colours are your blending colours. So just sort of go over very, very lightly, just to sort of try and blend the rest of it in together, if you know what I mean. So where were we? This bit, weren't we? So yeah, it just seems like I've been busy, but not, if you know what I mean. So much trouble with the car and having to sort all of that out. I mean, luckily I wasn't in the car at the time. Tim's been driving it all the times that it's gone wrong, so I don't really know what it was doing, but apparently there was a warning light, an engine warning light came on, and it put the car into safe mode, which meant that you could only drive 30 miles per hour. It wouldn't let you go any faster than that. So that's sort of what it's been doing really. And it was saying that it was a pencils on the brain, a pedal sensor. So it was something to do with um, the pedal has got a sensor on it in the computer bit or something, and it was saying that it was wrong or something. So I think that's what it was. It was something to do with pedal sensor or something like that. I don't know. I'm just glad it's really done now, because you don't want to go out and you don't want to go very far. When it's like that, it's like really sort of, because you're thinking, am I going to get stuck somewhere, or right, dark flesh now. So you're sort of thinking, am I going to get stuck somewhere? Am I going to have to phone the RAC? Am I going to be able to get home? Because we don't know how far you can actually drive on this 30 mile an hour safety thing that it puts it into. It might only go a certain amount of miles before it says, right, I'm not going to go anymore because I'm protecting the engine. Because it's, sensory or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know how far we've gone. Luckily, the RAC has followed him both times into the garage. So if he did break down again, that, he was with him, and then the RAC guy brought him back, which was great. And luckily he's been at home. It's happened, like he's gone out to the shops maybe, and it's happened on the way home sort of thing. So he hasn't, been that far. He's managed to get it home every time. But yeah, I said to him, I said, well, that I was a bit dubious because I need the toilet quite often. So I said to Tim, I said, well, what if we're out and we break down in the middle of nowhere and we have to wait 2 hours, for a recovery guy to come or whatever? If I need the toilet, what am I going to do? So it's like, yeah, it was a bit sort of worrying, going and not knowing if it was going to break down, and somewhere where I couldn't get to the toilet or whatever. And so yeah, it was a bit sort of hairy, but we managed it, so that was pretty good. And I'm slowly coming to terms with what the problem I had. What it is basically, I'm an only child. I have got no brothers, no sisters, and with my mum already gone. She, bless her, she's been gone 14 years this year. She was only 63 when cancer took her. And you think I mean, my dad worked hard all his life to buy his house. And you just imagine, right? They bought their house, they bought their bungalow. I'm gonna need a bungalow at some point. Well, when my dad's gone, we'll move in there. Not a problem. Then I discovered over the weeks my dad had been sort of saying little things, you know. And I sort of thought, is it this, is it that? And he won't tell us what's in his will. He's very secretive. He says it's a private thing. And he's very secretive. Well, he's let little bits slip over, time. Right, now we're going to use the light flesh again. And we're going to go over the whole lot. Now we're going to blend all this in together. Is what we're going to do. So yeah, he's very secretive, and I suddenly twigged what he was going to do. Although he won't admit it because he said, I can't remember. And I know damn well he can remember. He's not that stupid. He's far from stupid. Yeah, he's left me the house like you would expect if you're an only child. He's not left it to the dog's home or anything like that. Yeah, supposedly he's left it to me. But he's making me sell it. Which, to a lot of people would say, yeah, so, you have the money. I've always told him, I don't want your money. I want the house. I want to be able to live in the house. My mum, the house is everything, is my mum everything. They bought that brand new 30 odd years ago, so it's a brick built, not like the new builds today with the plasterboard walls like we've got here. It's in a really nice area, lovely neighbours, and we just thought, brilliant, we're going to need a bungalow, when the stairs get too much for us and whatever. So yeah, and everything about it is my mum. My dad worked and my mum put everything in. They had it actually built for them, so they've had it since brand new. Everything was my mum's, choosing that's in there. Some of it would have to be changed, but I'd be quite happy to live with most of it. But yeah, and because my mum died there, it has a special meaning for me. And my dad hopes to die there as well. So yeah, having both parents died there, it would have been very, very special to me. And I was so looking forward to being able to move there when he dies. But we've now discovered, and he says he can't remember, so that says it all to me, basically. He just doesn't want to come across and admit it, and he says to me, but it's just a house. And I said, but it's not to me, Dad, it's not just a house. He said, well, your mum's not here. She's gone, she's not here. Well, to me she is, because the house is all her. I don't know if anyone understands, but it's really sort of hard to explain. So, not really very happy about it, but what can I do? I'll have the money, but apparently he doesn't. I've picked up before on things he said about money, and because he thinks in his eyes that I would waste it or whatever. He still treats me like I'm a child and not, 55. He thinks that I'll spend it all or waste it all or whatever he thinks. I don't know what goes through his brain half the time. From what we've gathered from little snippets over the years, it's going to be put into the house is going to be sold. The money is going to be put into a trust fund, and we will be given, or I will be given, an allowance. I don't know how much or whatever, but I mean, I could be dead before I sell it all, because he reckons that his bungalow's worth, I don't know, he says 350, but I don't think it's worth that much, to be honest. But I don't know. So, yeah, of course the money would come in handy. Of course it would. I'm not saying the money wouldn't come in handy, but I would rather live there than have the value of it, because to me, it's where my mum died, it's where my dad hopes to die, and it's got a lot of meaning for me. So, yeah, I've had to I was mega upset when I figured it out, and then I asked him, and he said, I can't remember. He can remember, he's not that stupid. He just doesn't want to tell me what's in it, and he knows that I figured it out, because he says to me, oh, well, if you have this dresser, because my mum had bought an antique dresser that is absolutely ornate and gorgeous, and it's quite big, and he said, you want the dresser? So I said, yeah, of course I do. Well, where are you going to put it? And I said, well, I've already figured out where I put it. I'll sell my fireplace and my small dresser, and I'll put it there. All right. So the fact that he's saying, where are you going to put this, when I'm gone, where are you going to put the dresser? It's like, well, if I was able to live there, it would stay where it was, So he knows that I've twigged, but he won't come clean and just say, well, yeah, that is, what I've done. So there you go. Unless it come out too dark, but oh well, I can't worry. It probably looks okay on camera. I hope it does anyway. I knew it'd go wrong because I did it on camera. Never mind. It's just a picture. That's what I have to tell myself. It's just a picture. So this is where, you don't go, even though I was going lightly with all the other colours, this is when I go a bit harder and try and sort of blend them together a little bit. So this is what I normally do. I think I put too much dark in there, but never mind. And if I go over, we can always erase it. So I aren't bothered about little things like that. And it is my favourite picture, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay, I promise you. I'll make it good. I usually do. I usually sort these things out. Right, I'm going to do this bit here. And this part of her shoulder is going to be all light. Am I in shot? Yeah, I am, aren't I? It's going to be all light, this bit, because there is no shading on that bit. Because that's her shoulder bone where it pokes at the top. So that's going to be higher, so that's going to be lighter. And then as it goes down, it gets a bit darker, and it's darker there behind. So these pictures are really easy to do. I've just followed basically the parts what were dark, what Anastasia had already put in. So yeah, I mean, that's all you do. You just follow what she's put in. She's such a good artist that she puts in all the shading for you exactly where it's supposed to go. So you can, you know, follow that and put the dark colours exactly where hers are, but just going out slightly. Which is all I've done, you know, all the way through this. So we're nearly done. This is sort of the time when do press, not mega hard, but harder, to try and sort of layer the colours but blend with this lighter colour, sort of tie it all together really. Yeah, we were going to go somewhere else today, but then after Zach's appointment, but then we had to come back home. Tim had another foot dressing. He's still having his feet dressed. The original one cleared up, and now he's got another one on his other foot. Oh, it's never ending. So he has foot dressings twice a week. To have his feet done, and hospital once a month, and oh, it's a nightmare. So yeah, that's how it is. Right, I don't know how that's looking to you guys, but it's a tiny bit dark for how I normally do it, but it's okay. I think once we've got our hair on, this is what I find usually. Sometimes I do this quite a lot, and I'll do something and I'll go, oh my god, I've done it too dark, it looks awful. But you find once the the hair and everything else is done, you look at it and oh, it doesn't look too dark at all. It looks, you know, lighter. If anything, it looks quite light, or it looks perfect, or you know, once the hair and everything else is coloured, it just looks that way to begin with. Now, does she need any blush? Let's have a look. She's got that dark patch under her eye. I'm just gonna start up here. And I'm just gonna slightly go down. And just give her a tiny bit of blush. I think it's not too much because she's got that dark bit under her eye, but I think she does just need something. And that's how I usually do it. Sort of going from sort of a temple sort of things all downwards, as you would put blush on yourself if you were doing your makeup. Follow your sort of cheekbone lines underneath to highlight them. Maybe a bit thicker than that. That's okay, I think. That's okay. And then I will just go over, that was the Rose Carmine I did a cheek with, and then I will just go over that again with some of the light flesh and just sort of blend that in, make it look a bit more as if it's part of her and not just a line slapped on her face. Now you can sort of, you know, tweak this and go over with the light flesh wherever you think needs it. Just tweak it a little bit. It does sort of blend, you know, the colours together. That's sort of lighter colours are really, really handy for. So you do darkest colours and then your lightest colours will blend them in, so they all come together, which is great, because you can just sort of go over, because I'm not pressing really, really hard or anything. And then on this shoulder, obviously, it's really just light flesh, which we can go over several times on there. Right guys, so I hope that looks okay to you. Like I said, it looks a bit dark to me, but once I get the hair and everything else on, that will be ideal. So it'll tone it down, and I'm thinking maybe we'll do her with dark hair. Not sure what colour to do a dress, mind you. I usually do pinks or purples, so maybe green. Maybe a green will do. Yeah, and I'll just, while I'm away, what I will do is I'm just going to erase these bits where I've slightly gone over, like on her jewellery and things, and a little bit on her side of her dress here. Get all that erased, and whatever that mark is up there, I'll get that erased as well. And we'll come back and we'll do maybe the hair, maybe the dress. Not sure yet. Might just get her hair out of the way, so that'll just be probably one part or maybe two. But that's her skin done, guys. Hopefully that'll look a lot better when everything's together. Like I said before, I imagine these to be, in my head anyway, some people have done them as stained glass windows, some have not. This to me sort of, in my mind, looks half and half. So these bits, the main bits, I imagine I'm seeing them as like she's praying. Although, you know, she's got her head down and her eyes shut. So to me, she's praying, so she's in like a church setting. So this would be like a stone. So it would be like that beigey, grey sort of colour that you get in churches for the stonework. And I thought, if we do them as I might do them as solid, or I might do them as windows, or I might just do these flowers as windows and do them coloured. The rest of it I might just do all stone. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Might do these bits windows. I'll see what I feel, how we go along. But that's it for the skin anyway, guys. Hope to see you next time, and we'll do either the hair or the dress. Probably the hair. Get that out of the way. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.